Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So this is a weekly reading for the Divine Masculine for October 29th through November 5th. Happy New Moon in Scorpio, which is happening when I'm recording this, which is October 28th. And then Happy Mercury retrograde, which will be happening on Halloween. So a lot of energy in the air, and it will be retrograde in Scorpio. So lots of transformation going on, which ties into your reading. So you guys' weekly lesson, we did get the death card. So literally you guys are in this scorpionic energy and just going through a lot of transformation. This can mean that things are actually coming to a close or an end. That can be workplaces, work environments, partnerships, business partnerships. This can be friendships, relationships. This can also be just the closing out of cycles, habits. This can be closing out of thought patterns that maybe you're vibrating in. So like negative thought patterns, addictive behavior, codependency. This can be whatever it is that is just coming to a close with you, which is great because then that gives the opportunity to transform and grow through this. So the obstacles with this lesson, we do have the King of Wands in reverse. And then we have the Magician. So basically the King of Wands in reverse is talking about like a lack of confidence. You guys are just kind of feeling down and out right now, which is completely understandable with this death energy. But you guys are literally forgetting that you're the Magician. Because as you can see, he has all the elements that he needs. The water, earth, air, fire. So literally you have everything you need to create the life you want. But whatever this death or closing out of whatever is happening to you is making you really lack confidence in yourself, lack passion, making you lack creativity. So this is all like sacral chakra energy, which is the sex chakra, basically. That's where we create. So it can literally very well be blockages happening right now or just transformation of this chakra in general. Because in turn, our sexual energy is what drives our confidence, because each chakra is a system that needs to grow up from the root all the way to the crown. So if your sacral chakra and your sexual energy is not flowing properly, then your confidence is going to in turn lack as well, because it's literally a domino effect. But yeah, you guys are forgetting that you have everything you need to create whatever it is you want. If that means you want to have a new thought process, you want to think more positive, you have all the tools to already do so. You just have to actively work on it. If you're, getting ready to leave a job and you're feeling, insecure because that was your finances, that was your stability, if you're feeling insecure at that moment, remember that you have everything you need to get a new job, a better job that will suffice you the ways that you need and feed you the way that you need to be fed. So yeah, stop forgetting you're the Magician. You are that nigga, So then the how to face these challenges, we have the Ace of Pentacles, and then we have the Five of Cups. So you're literally being offered the opportunity to grow from this. You are being offered a new chance of stability. You can literally be being handed financial opportunities to help you grow. This could be a new job. This could be, a partnership that might be a great investment. This could be, just something that's going to help you get back on your feet and stabilize you in your life. But in order to have that and accept that offer, you have to realize that offer's already been there. Because as you see, these cups are spilt over and he's just sitting here in a cloak of grief, boo-hooing over what's already been lost. Whatever this death card is, these cups can represent that. You can also look at it in that way. But then he's totally not figuring out that he has other shit behind him. Literally, it's sitting there. And that can even be the Ace of Pentacles card that's chilling in that one of those cups. It can be full of anything, new friendships, new relationships, whatever this is for you. But you have to take off that cloak of grief, because it's not going to keep serving you. And I'm not saying this to rush the mourning process, because if you're losing like a job, if you're losing a relationship, if you're losing a friendship, or a business venture or an investment, then yes, you have to go through that proper grieving period. I'm not saying that, but also crying woe is me isn't going to get you out of this energy either. So at some point you have to understand when to move forward in life. You can't be stuck in this standstill phase of just grieving over what's lost and forgetting that there's so much beauty in losing things. You know, we have to surrender to the universe in order to receive. When you surrender and let go, you're also opening your hands to new opportunities. And literally, like, my hands are buzzing right now, just me holding my hands like this. Like, there's just a lot of energy surging. Whew, now I'm getting hot. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. But yeah, this is like literally surrendering those cups that spilt over and realizing that there's still beauty in this transition. There's still beauty in this transformation. And then for the outcome, we have the Six of Cups. And then we have the Two of Swords. So this is telling me that if this opportunity, this death, this closing out, this cycle, this end of a cycle, if it is not bringing you this energy, which is that childlike comfort, protection, safety, just overjoyed love, which is like a childlike love. Like if it's not, you know, putting stars in your eyes, you need to make that conscious decision to let it go. Because that's literally what the Two of Swords energy is. It's making a decision and a choice. You can stay put in this grieving energy with these cups turned over, or you can make the conscious choice to turn the fuck around, take off that cloak, and look at the beauty in this opportunity. You know, this could be, okay, if we're using the job example, this could literally be like, okay, you lost this job, but actually you didn't even want that damn job anyways. So all of a sudden, somebody else is calling you for a new job opportunity. You know, you can choose to be upset and grieve and hurt and your ego crushed over losing that job, or you can make the conscious choice to think about the positives in this situation. Think about, damn, well, it wasn't making me happy. It wasn't giving me this Six of Cups energy that I deserve anyways. So there must be something better. You know, you can choose to make that conscious thought process because the sword suit does rule the mind. And you can literally make the conscious thought process of looking at the optimistic side of this situation. You know, maybe there are certain things in the relationship that you're in that aren't working anymore for you. And you're just choosing about, oh my God, this hasn't worked, this hasn't worked, this hasn't worked. But then not thinking about, okay, well, what can work? What can we do to make this work? If that's the situation that you want. And if it's something that's like, okay, none of this is serving for either one of us. This friendship is no longer excelling. We're just at a halt or a standstill. I'm not happy in this friendship or this relationship anymore, or this business partnership anymore. You know, it's just not working, and we've tried everything. And if you come to that conclusion and this is not bringing you this Six of Cups energy, you have to make the choice to step forward and move forward and let go and surrender. And understanding that even with that surrender, even with that grief, there is still beauty in that as well. Because mind you, he still has 2 full ass cups behind him chilling. You guys are good. Regardless of what this is, regardless of this death process, whatever is closing out for you, if this is addiction, if this is, you know, mental habits or thought forms that no longer serve you anymore, you know, a way of having arguments, if you know that you have an argument style that isn't working for you anymore because it's not, you know, propelling you forward in life, you can make the active decision to transform that. Instead of being insecure about it and being like, fuck, I wish I would have said this during the argument. I wish I would have stood up for myself. You can change that. Instead of looking at this lesson or cycle or whatever this death is for you, instead of looking at it from fuck, I wish things would have worked out differently. Fuck, I wish I would have done this differently. You can choose to actively think, well, it served a purpose. It served a lesson. It helped me transform and grow. And now I can part ways with it, with, you know, feeling good about it, feeling good about my decision. And this is where we have the crystal healing cards. So we have Soul Sight Peace, So like I was saying, that peaceful conclusion, resolution, and then we have Morganite, relationship healing. So like I said, I don't want this to be perceived as just like a relationship reading, because that's not where I ever try to go with these. If it happens, it happens. But honestly, the only card that was saying that was really the Six of Cups. But this can be a relationship to your job, because, you know, your job environment is what's feeding you. It is, you know, it really is like a career or a job or something that you love or you're passionate about. So this is your relationship to anything. So I don't want, because I feel like the word relationship gets fined into this box of, oh, it has to be romantic. Everybody has a relationship to everything. I have a relationship with my tarot cards. I have a relationship with my crystals, with my plants, with my friends, with my family, things like that. So with my creative passions. So I don't want people to box in that title, relationship healing. So what this is really telling us is that there can always be a peaceful resolution in closing chapters. There can always be a peaceful way to heal through things. You know, yes, there are occasions that close out for us, or things that end for us that are very dramatic or traumatic or whatever it is for you. But this is also saying that you can come to peace with that transition. You can come to peace with that death cycle, and you can decide to actively have peace with your healing journey and understanding that it's necessary. You know, it's necessary to grieve. It's necessary to move forward from that grief. It's necessary to feel what you're feeling. But you can do it in a way that doesn't have to be traumatic or painful. You know, you can be gentle with yourself. You can heal all of this, whatever cycle is closing out for you, in a positive way. And a way to do that is by looking at it in a positive way. It's not always easy to do that, granted, but the more you actively try to think about it in a positive way, the easier it can be. And I'm not sitting here saying that 100% of the time you're going to think positive about the situation, and it will be, because that's just not the truth. But at the end of the day, you can find the positivity in it. You can find the peace in it, and you can make peace with that as well. Whew. Yeah. Scorpio season for that ass. But yeah, you know, death is a natural cycle of life. Just as we're moving forward to winter, you know, the trees start dying, and those teach us beautiful lessons, is because they learn to detach their leaves and just flow. And then they just know that they're going to be okay. They know that they're going to bounce back. You know, no tree really dies. It's just going through a contraction phase, because everything is either expansion or contraction. And right now, the divine masculine is going through a contraction phase, and that is perfectly normal. This death cycle is completely normal. We all endure this. You know, we all live mini deaths, or we live huge deaths. So, and when I say that, mini deaths as in like thought patterns, behaviors, you know, mental constructs, you know, that's a death process and cycle within itself, along with the more traumatic ones, like actually losing a loved one, actually, you know, breaking up with a partner, losing friendships, you know, losing jobs, or deciding to part ways with all of these things. You know, death looks like either something very big to us, or it can be something very little. Whatever this is, don't judge it. Just allow it to be what it is. If it's small for you, it's small for you. If it's a big thing, it's a big thing. But there's still beauty in all of that. You know, and sometimes we live a ton of mini deaths leading up to a bigger death. You know? So just don't judge yourself throughout this death process and cycle, because it is necessary. And just know that you can make peace with this healing journey. You don't have to be resentful. You don't have to be spiteful. You don't have to be angry. You know, and if those all happen for you, those are fine as well. I'm not saying that you shouldn't feel those things, but you don't have to stick to those feelings if you don't feel that. And I guess what I mean by that is like, you know, if, okay, I'm not using any of my examples. Okay. Okay, I will use an example. If you lose something, right? Um, we'll just say you lost like an item. Okay, we'll just say it's an item, like a expensive item, something that you really loved. Say that you lose this item, like you lost it going out or whatever, and you're upset about it. But then you're upset because people are telling you to be upset. They're like, "Aren't you mad that you lost that? You spent that much on it. Like, you're not mad about that?" Like, but they expect you to be mad. So sometimes we take on emotions based out of expectation. People make us think we need to feel something if we really don't sometimes. They're like, why aren't you more angry about this? You don't have to be if you aren't. And that's kind of being okay with this whole process is you don't need to feel anything if you don't truly feel it. And I guess that's really what I'm trying to get at. And it took fucking forever. Sorry. But yeah, like feel what you feel about this death process. Don't judge it, but also don't take on other people's feelings because they tell you to feel something or feel some type of way if you don't. It doesn't got to be all that. And that was very long-winded and drawn out and so unnecessary, but I had to like wiggle my way around all of that to finally make a fucking point. So I apologize for that. So I hope you guys have a gorgeous new moon in Scorpio and a beautiful Halloween, Samhain, which is New Year. And be safe. Please be safe. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.